Welcome, friends and family. As you can see, we're inside the house. We're not outside messing with animals, cars, trucks, tractors, or firewood. We're going to take a break. We're going to do something a little different, so we thought we'd let y'all watch what we're doing. We're actually going to make some deer jerky. We're going to mix it up, put it on the dehydrator, and kind of show you how we do it here on the farm. We got our stuff laid out here, our dehydrator. We got our gun for the ground up meat. And no, I don't use strips of meat for the jerky. We use ground meat for our jerky. We got our spices and stuff laid out here also, and now we're going to get over here to the meat and get started. We got our meat, we thawed it out, we left it in the fridge all night. First thing we're going to do is wash all this blood out. And then we're going to open it up. Get all that out. All right, let's cut this open. See how that meat looks. And this is deer, Texas deer. I don't know who shot it, if I did or if one of my kids did. But I'm sure it's going to be good. All right, got that open. Got the meat down there. Oh, that looks pretty good. And some of the blood out of this. That way when we throw it out, it won't attract flies. There we go. We're going to rinse this off. Get all that excess blood off of it. There we go. Got a good 2 pounds of deer meat. Alright, now we're ready to start mixing up some spices. Let's go over here to the counter. There we go. We got our spices laid out. Let's get this broke up. Make sure it's all thawed out. Almost need a bigger bowl, don't I? We thawed this out last night. Yeah, that's pretty meat. And like most meat, you want to check and make sure it's still good enough to eat. Yeah, still smells good. It's ready to go. First thing I like to do is, since we're not smoking it in a smoker, we're going to put it on a dehydrator. I add liquid smoke to it. So we're going to put a little bit of that in there. And we're going to stir it up. This is not a hard process. Anybody can do it. Y'all make it the way you want to make it. There's many different sauces you can buy in the different stores. I use just a basic jerky mix with a little liquid smoke, and then I like to add a little pepper for a little kick, a little cayenne pepper. Sometimes I put too much. But that's the way my son likes it. He likes it with a little kick. Alright, let's see how that's doing. I bet that smells good. Ooh, yes. That's good stuff. Alright, let's add the little kick to it. Let's stir that up. Like I said, this is only about 2 pounds of meat. And I make this several times a year for my kids and grandkids, family, friends. They all seem to really like it. So, and I tell you what, the house smells so good while this is cooking too. Alright, next thing we're going to do, we're going to add some spice to it. Stir that in real good. Y'all don't get to see me in the kitchen very often. I don't go in the kitchen much. Get that all stirred up good. Oh, y'all didn't see that. Counter's clean. Let's put a little more. There we go. Make it a little spicy. I don't know if many of y'all have deer meat left this long after deer season, but we still got quite a bit left. So we can make jerky a few more times, and steaks and everything else. Alright, looks like we got most of that stirred up. The next thing we put in it is a preservative to keep it from spoiling, to keep it from growing mold and stuff. And usually they say a whole lot goes good, but with this, if you put a whole lot, it's real salty. You can't hardly eat it. So I put just enough. And I don't think mine ever lasts more than a few days anyway, so I don't think I have to worry about it. Kids go through it pretty fast. Of course, I got to try it out before I take it to them. I'll put some more in there. There we go. Well, let's just go ahead and finish that package off. And that one's done. Let's get that stirred up. It's not a long process. It don't take very long. The longest part is the dehydration. Trying to make sure I got enough of it spread around in there. Of course, I have to give it the smell test to make sure everything's fine. Let's add a little more of this. Now you're probably wondering, how am I going to make strips for that? Well, we're going to show you here in just a second. It don't take long. Now this has nothing to do with it. This is my glass of tea for me. So no, that's not part of it. See, it's a little dry. We're going to put a little more of this in it. So we want moisture in it. That's starting to look good. Boy, can you imagine how that would taste if you cooked that on the grill right now? Wow. Alright, do y'all think I got this stirred up good enough? Just turn it over and kind of mix it. Alright, we're going to go with that. Got our dehydrator here. Got several different trays. Hopefully we got enough room for all of it. And this is how we're going to make our strips out of it. I call it a caulk gun or a jerky gun. But it looks like a caulk gun, doesn't it? Put the meat inside of it. Don't have to be real graceful at it. As you can see, I'm not, because I get it on the counters. It all goes in there. It's clean. And y'all can add your own spices, however flavoring you want. This is my basic sauce, how I make it. Do this on there, and they have two different connections. You can make it in the round strips or the little flat strips. I like the little flat strips themselves. There we go. Yeah, that comes out in a nice strip. Try to leave a little space between them so the air can get past them. Look at that. That dries it, makes good hard strips. Not too hard you can't chew it. It's easy, real easy to chew like this instead of, you know, cutting your meat into strips, being stringy. Look how quick that comes out. And you don't have to be real neat about it. I got 5 more trays here. Alright, let's go to another tray. And let's reload this. Yeah, real easy to do. There's many different sites where you can buy this stuff at. The little caulk gun, the dehydrator. I've had them for probably at least 10 years. Just try to clean them and take care of them, that way they last a little longer. I was telling Sandy it's probably about time to replace that dehydrator. It's getting a little weak. There we go. Screw that back on. We're ready for the next round. Alright, we were having some technical difficulties with our gun. As you can see, we've had it a few years. It's probably about time to replace it. So you just kind of squirts it out in a nice stream. And then dehydrator creates just the perfect heat to dry it out. Now in about 2 hours, we're going to come back. We're going to change these trays over. We'll take the ones at the top and put it at the bottom. The ones at the bottom, move them to the top. Just so that we get a good even dry on all of it. And then 2 hours later, we'll check it and it should be done. Usually about 4 hours, depending on how you like it. If you like it a little pliable, 4 hours is about right. If you like it dry, I mean crunchy dry, you're going to go at least 5 hours. See how easy it just goes on the tray? Alright, instead of y'all watching me do all this, we're going to finish doing this, and we're going to bring you back when we have it dried out and let you see how it turns out, and when we take it off the dehydrator. Alright? Alright folks, it's been a few hours. We're going to check our jerky. We just turned off the dehydrator. We're going to see how it looks. It looks like it's pretty dry. So you can see it comes out in strips now, even though it's ground meat. See, it still looks pretty good. It smells good too. See, it's strips. Let's see how it tastes. Yep, that's what we wanted. That is really good.
Where's mine?
You want one?
Yeah.
That's really good. Got some good flavor. Anyway, we want to thank y'all for watching our video and joining us today. We appreciate you watching. Please subscribe to our channel and come back and see us. Thanks again. Bye-bye.